Video games based on the Alien franchise go back to the early 80s and the Atari 2600. Look it up. But later this year, we're getting the first VR game in the series, an Alien Rogue Incursion. Here to tell us why it's the scariest Alien game ever, our art director, Tate Mosesian, and writer Alex White. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
So why VR? Why was VR the right format for Rogue Incursion?
Well, VR is the right format for Rogue Incursion. We kind of knew that before we started, but once we actually started getting things into the headset and people playing, it became very clear that it was the perfect place for us to be creating this game and the perfect way for people to be experiencing it.
And why is that?
There's nothing more horrifying than actually being in the room with the alien.
Sure.
Right? You know, on a flat screen, it's harder to understand exactly how big and terrifying they are while at the same time being that sneaky.
Yeah. So it seems like being in VR, this would be a good opportunity to let the player experience first-person chest bursting. Is that something you've accommodated?
Well, you got to play it, I think.
Okay, well.
Wayland Yutani would have us killed for answering that question.
Chest bursters are obviously big, iconic imagery from the series. Are there any other iconic moments that you wanted to capitalize on since you're in VR?
Well, I mean, there are so many iconic things about the IP. So in the environments, we're trying to create authenticity. In the creatures, we're also creating authenticity. And I don't know if you want to sort of build on that.
Well, I mean, for example, the sound design of like the motion tracker and things like that, it will take you right back. I mean, like when you hear it the first time, you're like, oh my God, there it is. And the way that it feels inside of VR, the physicality of the objects is really well captured. I mean, it's a big bulky motion tracker that has a little green screen on it. It's the one that you're thinking of. It feels so good. And, you know, there are other weapons and iconic moments like that. But the other thing that I really appreciated is there are plenty of times when we've been playing the demo and you'll hear one right behind you and you think when you're watching the movies, oh, I would never turn around slowly and get eaten. But that's exactly what happens.
Turns out that's exactly what you do.
And you can see him on the tracker.
Oh, yeah.
And you can hear him in the room.
Yeah.
But you can't see him with your eyes.
Oh, my gosh. Sounds terrifying. You're telling an original story here. What was the alien story that you wanted to tell?
The one that we ended up telling, my friend. No, absolutely. I mean, it was really wonderful. We got to work with a lot of exciting stuff that we will reveal later today.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so I'm really, really excited about the story, and I can't wait to share more about that with everyone.
We look forward to that. Now, I know what the word incursion means because I looked it up for this interview. An invasion or attack, especially a sudden or brief one, is it safe to assume the alien is the attacker here? It's not the humans attacking the alien habitat?
Oh, actually, I don't know that. I don't want to make any assumptions here. Somebody's incursion, getting in there as a rogue.
The brief gameplay trailer we've seen so far, we see multiple eggs hatching face huggers, but only one xenomorph, I believe, is seen. Is this an alien or an aliens situation?
I think it's safe to say it's an aliens situation.
Solidly. Multiple xenomorphs, lots of xenomorphs.
But we're not throwing waves at you. They're smart xenomorphs.
Okay, interesting.
Yes, because this is action horror, it's not just action. They're not just going to come up behind you and scratch you. They will kill you. It is extremely deadly. The horror element is definitely there. And when you hold them off with your rifle, you're going to feel like a real machine.
You know what?
Wow, yeah. Is the story you're telling canon now within the Alien universe?
It sure is.
Okay, so then can you tell us where it falls in sort of the Alien timeline?
Literally cannot.
Okay.
There's a time and place for that.
Okay.
I can't wait to tell you. I'm so excited to tell you. I think everybody's going to love it.
Yeah.
Did you get the chance to create your own xenomorph designs, bring something new to it?
Well, like I said earlier, we were really focused on authenticity and getting people into that environment and really experiencing the film in VR. And so the creatures are all very much canon and very much along the lines of what they would expect to see.
What can you tell us about the character we play as?
Ooh, interesting. I think that they're going to be somebody who is a powerful and unstoppable force, somebody that the players are going to love identifying with, that makes you feel like you're glad you're there.
All right, there's another beloved Alien video game, Alien Isolation. Are you fans of that game? And
Absolutely.
Did you take any inspiration from that one?
Well, just the overall quality and experience, but like we said, we're more about an aliens. So if you wanted to make the comparison, you would say Isolation is to the first film as Rogue Incursion is
I love it.
to the second film.
That's great. That's great.
Absolutely. We love Isolation. We really enjoy it, and we did. I mean, you can't not be influenced by such a successful entry into the franchise, which at the same time, because we're dealing with multiple aliens, we really can't take the same paths that they took. And we do want you to feel like you have some tools to fight back that maybe you don't have in things like Isolation. You are going to be shooting some of them, for example.
Perfect. We're all excited to know when we're going to get to play Alien Rogue Incursion. Is that something that'll be announced later today or later on the year?
Yes.
Right?
Okay,
yes.
December, okay.
Yeah.
It's great to have that release window then.
Absolutely. We are in the release window, and so we... it's going to be out on PSVR 2. It's going to be out on PC VR and MetaQuest 3.
Awesome. I can't wait. It's a good year to be an Alien fan.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you both so much.
Yeah,
Alien Rogue Incursion. I'll say it again. Hits PSVR 2, MetaQuest 3, and Steam VR later this year. Stay tuned for more from SDCC 2024 right here on IGN.